And this is a rendition of what happens when tall tales can travel farther once it stops carrying the weight of facts. And it's realized that the truth is so complicated that everyone simply creates a new plot.
Today, we name an official spokesperson to help interpret and share what we do know.
Please welcome Pat Big Tortoise.
I accept this appointment with humility and also strength. Because the ancestors? Well, they don't do paperwork, they do participation, you know, like dancing and stuff.
Hey, Pat Big Tortoise, can you say Ash Grove in your language?
In our language, it's ash, groove. It's very tonal, I think. We have a lot of vowels. Now, I walk with my ancestors, and I walk with this town. And together, we walk with the ancestral taco night, dancing and swimming with the wolves, or something like that.
You're not clapping?
I'm conserving my energy for the part where we stop rewarding imagination with government recognition.
Well, do you think she's lying?
I think the state has confused a compelling speaker with a qualified representative.
Thank you all for your continued recognition and support.
Ma'am, the map is upside down.
As a young child growing up in, this is all natural from my ancestral land.
I will figure this out one way or another. I only hope that I'm wrong, but something is definitely off.
Before Pat, we had exactly 2 events, the quilt raffle and the follow-up meeting about the quilt raffle.
When Pat arrived, we were a dot on a map. Now, we're a dot with a narrative.
A narrative? What do you mean?
A narrative is like a story, but you can get a grant for it.
Pat Big Tortoise became the town's appointed cultural expert, a local celebrity with a sacred-sounding name and a calendar full of events.
Walk in beauty, honey. See? The ancestors keep me upright.
Pat falls a lot, sometimes physically, sometimes culturally. You were born native, right?
It started in my bones. This knee told me. The documentation may be missing, but the evidence lives within me.
Did you take a DNA test?
A DNA test is just your ancestry with terms and conditions. You know, DNA tests are so impersonal, like, thanks for your spit, now here's a pie chart. But I met an elder at a craft fair.
Do you remember this elder's name?
Is it about the name or more about the message? But it was probably George or Greg or something like that.
So which tribe are you from?
There are layers to this. It's, well, complicated.
But the state paperwork lists you as the spokesperson for the Ash Grove people?
Yes. The Ash Grove people chose me.
So that's how that works?
This is my tribal card.
Most tribal cards have a photo on them. Do they not do that for whichever tribe this card is for?
They don't require a photo because they can, let them say, feel who you are. Knowledge is the proof.
Which tribe issued it?
The main tribal office, you know, the head prime minister of the tribe.
Do you live in a teepee?
We don't say that word. We call it a home.
Pat always try to sound knowledgeable and enlightened by correcting people's vocabulary, say, but doesn't actually teach anything accurate, and it's so freaking exhausting.
Pat Big Tortoise, do you have any lesson plans to share with the children today?
I don't do lesson plans. Paper can't hold what I'm doing here. And anyway, plans are for people who trust calendars.
We were told no instruments unless they're, approved.
Approved? Honey, this is a sacred object. Your policy is merely a suggestion. Anyway, like I was saying before the interruption, thank you to our supporters. What she means is that we acknowledge this land for its bravery. Because if I had to hold all of us up every day, let's just show appreciation for the land, because it's here and we're on it. So thank you for your service, land.
Pat has a gift. She can answer a question without answering it. If I had that power, my medical chart would just say, patient is exploring wellness spiritually.
It's third rule. If you brought crock pots, line them up by spiritual potency.
But what does spiritual potency mean?
You'll know. Your stomach will tell you.
When a state labels a people as gone, it creates a blank space. Blank spaces attract storytellers.